mine. But then I met a brilliant woman named Viola Spolin, who invented the art form of improvisation in America. She and her son started something called the Second City in Chicago. Mm-hmm. And she became my mentor and teacher, and I started to study with her for many, many years. And what I do these days is I teach her work around the world and promote her particular style of improvisation. That's really what I like to do these days is teach what I know and give everybody else a chance to expand their toolkits.
Yeah. Because people who want to be in the acting business, they really do need a mentor or a teacher, to learn the ropes.
Absolutely. It really helps. And if you're between jobs, don't just sit and wait for the phone to ring. Get in a show, take classes, do anything that's related to your art form, and it will always benefit you. You're constantly growing. That's what I love about teaching is I'm constantly learning as I teach, even to this day, even though I've been teaching for 40 years.
Wow. Have you done theater acting, stage acting? Well, you mentioned the pantomime.
Yes, as a matter of fact, when I moved to Seattle, I moved to a small little town outside of Seattle called North Bend. Uh-huh. And I started about 16, 17 years ago, I started a small theater called Valley Center Stage. And I directed and produced and acted in many of the plays and shows at that theater, probably over 100 shows over the course of 17 years. And it's been a lot of fun. And so, yeah, and I still every once in a while will go on stage to do a show or something like that.
Yeah. Theater acting is another interesting craft to do. I've done a few high school plays, and I like it because the audience, every time you do a show, every audience is different. You get a different reaction.
Absolutely, and you get instant feedback, which is great.
Yeah. So,
yeah, always stay busy. I mean, once you leave high school and college, join a community theater. Find a good teacher, someone you respect, who doesn't want to control you, but just wants to add to what you already can do, and always stay learning. I mean, that's and because also when you're in a class with other people just like you, mm-hmm. and you never know who's going to give you that lead to the next job. Oh, hey, I auditioned for so-and-so. I didn't get it, but maybe you should call them. That's networking. You need to do that.
Yeah. My last question, go ahead. Do you have any other pieces of advice to people? I know we talked a lot about this, and most of this is advice, but do you have any other pieces of advice for people?
Well, the thing is because there's such competition out there, this is what I tell a lot of actors who ask me. I said, what you have to do to begin with, unless you are Mel Blanc or Dan Castellaneta or somebody, you have to start with your strengths. You have to start with and become known for a particular kind of a thing. Then when they think of that, when they, your voice, I can hear in your voice, you have a very David Sedaris quality. And so if I were to have had you in an audition, and the next time a voice like that came up, I would say, hey, you know what, you should call Trey. So try to get known and try not to. I know there's a lot of actors out there who they think they can imitate everybody.
Yeah.
But imitation is not acting. Acting is delivering a quality that nobody else has, even though maybe 6 people might have the same style voice. So what you have to do is be the better actor and get strong in a particular style. My style happens to be big, broad, comedic characters. That's what sort of I'm known for. The heavy and accented characters are fun. Mm-hmm. or the big booming voice. I always get cast as the sort of comic voice, and so that's what I sort of try to present mostly. Although once you're in, then you can say, oh, by the way, I can do this, that, and the other type voice. But I tell people, get known for a particular, find yourself a nice niche. Casting people don't like to think of you as, oh, he can do anything. They want to think of you as you can do one thing really well, better than anybody else. Once you're known for that, then you can expand. But that's how you get your foot in the door in terms of jobs.
Yeah.
So that would be my best advice.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to get out there and, like you said, bring your own unique voice or quality to the...
Yeah, your quality, because like I said, there's people who, you'll be sitting in a room, if you were, like when I would do commercials, I would go to a commercial audition and there would be 16 bald-headed guys just like me. So why would they pick me over the next guy sitting next to me? Well, I brought something special that the other people weren't showing. So you have to trust that your uniqueness is what they're going to be buying.
Yeah, and you have to believe in yourself.
Don't try to imitate. Try to find your own voice. Try to find your own style. Market that, because that's really, everybody's got a unique quality, and once they understand what it is, that's the first part. You have to figure out what it is. Once you understand what it is, then that's your product.
Yeah. And you have to believe in yourself as the performer. You have to believe in yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. And like I said, I sat next to a couple of actors who were brilliant, very handsome, very talented. One guy said, he says, well, I haven't, I've been at this 5 years, and I think, if I don't get something this year, then I'm going to, get my real estate license. And I told him, I said, well, get your real estate license now. Obviously, this is not what you love.
Yeah. It all comes back to you have to love it. You have to love the craft. That's where it all begins.
Absolutely. You have to be wanting to do this for free. And then when you get money for it, it's so much sweeter.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Schwartz, it's been a pleasure talking to you, and I wish you more success in your career and your teaching, and thank you for letting me interview you.
Well, thank you. Trey, just send me the link once you put this up, or if it goes online or you have a podcast, I'd love to hear it, and I'll send a link out to all my fans.
Thank you very much. You have a good day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that was actor and voice actor Mr. Gary Schwartz, an acting teacher. Join us tomorrow when I interview actor and voice actor William Frederick Knight, or William Knight. Some of these actors I interview, they have different names on their IMDb, or they go by different aliases. So sometimes if I find one, I try to list some they're more referred to as on IMDb. Join us tomorrow, and in a few weeks we'll have some more unique talents for you. We'll have actor Chris Kalman, director, actor, and producer Lee Dahl. Who else? We're getting booked. We really are. Actor and voice actor Jonathan Bryce. He, most of my listeners probably are big listeners to the previous interviews when I did Linda Kenyon and Elizabeth Noon and Wes Johnson and David Du Bois, because they all have done video games for Bethesda Softworks, the Fallout series and Elder Scrolls series. Well, Mr. Jonathan Bryce, he did the male voices for the Nords and the Orcs for the Morrowind game and the expansions for Hircine and the expansion Blood Moon. And he came back as the male Nords and the male Orcs. And he, in addition, did Argonian males and the Khajiit males, and reprised as well as her scene. Thank you very much for listening, and join us tomorrow, and be with us as we go through more interviews. And I continue to do this show for a long, long time. May God bless you, and I hope you continue to have a wonderful Wednesday, and God bless you again.